guys, it's Liv and welcome back to my channel Endless Pages. Today's video I'm going to chat with you guys about some books on my physical TBR that I definitely need to and want to get to in 2022. Some of these books have been on my physical TBR for quite a number of years, and some of them are new additions. These are books that I really want to get to. Some of these books have been on my physical TBR for a while, and some of them are newer additions, but all of them are books that I'm really excited to read, and I definitely need to make a priority this year. First up is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. I need to get to this book because it's apparently a fantastic young adult fantasy, which is my favourite genre, so I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I've only heard good things about it as well. So basically this is about Bree. Bree is a 16-year-old girl who loses her mother in a tragic accident, and to kind of get away from her home and all the memories of that, she gets accepted into this residential program for gifted students at UNC Chapel Hill. That's not UNC. Yeah, UNC Chapel Hill. And on her first night there, she witnesses a creature attack, a demon attacking, and she discovers there's these people called Legendborn, and Legendborn are people that hunt these creatures down. She then meets a mage called Merlin who attempts to but fails to wipe her memory, and which kind of reveals that she has her power of her own, and it kind of unearths this buried memory of the night of that her mother died, and she realizes that there was a mage there that night. So she wants answers, obviously, so she kind of infiltrates the Bloodborne as a initiate, and she gets help from this guy called Nick, who kind of has his own grudge against the group. And Nick is a self-exiled Legendborn, and as they begin to work together they start to grow a little bit closer. But then, plot twist, the Legendborn reveal themselves to be descendants of King Arthur's knights, and that there is a war coming. So Bree has to kind of decide which side is she on. Is she going to continue to take down the Legendborn, or is she going to help in this fight? The plot really intrigues me of this book. It sounds right up my alley, something I would totally be obsessed with. So I'm very excited to get into this book. Hopefully I can fit it in early this year. And there's also a sequel coming, I believe, Bloodmarked, which comes out on November 8th. Next up, Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think I've said this a couple of times before in my videos. I read Evelyn Hugo, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, for the first time last year and fell in love, and now want to work my way through all of her books. And I don't know much about this book. I do want to read it, especially because the TV show is coming this year, and I've seen some photos from that and it looks awesome, and I refuse to watch the TV show first. I must read the book first. So I don't know much about this book. It's a historical fiction, and it's about a band called Daisy Jones and the Six, who were super famous until they split in 1979 and no one knew why. So this book is, I think, kind of set out through interviews and emails and stuff like that, and it's kind of piecing together the story of the band and their rise and fall. And then we have Renegades by Marissa Myers. This has been on my physical TBR for a while. This is a fantasy / dystopia kind of book, and we follow these people called Renegades, and they are humans with these special extraordinary abilities, and they are a symbol of hope and justice for the world. They kind of fought against these villains, and they brought peace and order from when there was chaos, and everyone loves them, kind of except the villains that they took power from. Then there's a character called Nova, and Nova has a real reason to hate the Renegades, and she really wants vengeance. And while she's trying to get to her target, she meets a boy called Adrian. Adrian is a renegade himself, and they begin to go closer, but Nova's allegiance is to a villain who has the power to end them both. Next up is The Needle Witch. This is by V.E. Schwab, or if you know her as Victoria Schwab. She goes by both. So I read Vicious a couple of years ago, her book, and fell in love with her writing, and like Taylor Jenkins Reid, I want to make my way through all of her work. So this is a young adult fantasy set in the town of Nia, and there's this kind of saying that goes around the town. The Nia Witch is only an old story told to frighten children. If the wind calls at night, you must not listen. The wind is lonely and is always looking for company. There are no strangers in the town of Nia. Lexi lives in this home on the moor, and one night she notices this boy by her window, and the boy seems to kind of vanish like smoke. And then the very next night, there's children in the town that start to go missing, and this boy that Lexi saw starts to fall under suspicion of being the one that is taking these children. So Lexi then needs to discover if the witch is more than just a bedtime story and the history of whoever this nameless boy is. This has really big like fairy tale vibes, and I'm very much a lover of that. So this sounds like I am going to love it. It's going to be very fairy tale, mysterious, and I can't wait. And then we have Dance of Thieves. This is the first book in the duology of the same name. The second book being Vow of Thieves. This is by Mary E. Pearson. I'm going to have to read off Goodreads for this one because I tried to summarize it myself, but it just hurt my brain. There's a lot going on, so I'm just going to read as quickly as I can. So this book is starts off with the patriarch of the Ballinger Empire dying, and his son Jas becomes its new leader. Nearby kingdoms bow to the strength of this outlaw family who have always ruled by their own rules, but a new era looms on the horizon, set in motion by a young queen, which makes her the target of the dynasty's resentment and anger. At the same time, we have a person called Kazi, a legendary former street thief, is sent by the queen to investigate transgressions against the new settlements. When Kazi arrives in the forbidding land of the Ballingers, she learns that there is more to Jas than she thought. As unexpected events spiral out of control, bringing them intimately together, they continue to play cat and mouse games of false moves and motives in order to fulfill their own secret missions. This kind of feels a little enemies to lovers, which I like. What was I up to? Yeah, that's it. Okay, the plot does sound a little bit confusing in the Goodreads, but it's okay, I'm sure I'll get my head around it. And enemies to lovers, so what is there not to like? The fourth book of my physical TBR that I need to get to is Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Monicello. This is a young adult fantasy. I've heard very mixed things about this. Some people say it's awesome. I heard some people say it's just like a cookbook because the characters work at a restaurant, but we will see. I'll form my own opinions on this book, I guess. So basically this is about a girl called Amelia, and Amelia is a witch. She's also a twin sister, and in this world witches kind of live among humans in secret. And one night her twin sister Victoria, Victoria doesn't come home, and Amelia discovers her body, and that has been absolutely desecrated. So Amelia vows vengeance and to find out who killed her sister, and that even if it means calling upon this dark forbidden magic. And then Amelia meets this guy called Wrath, who is one of the princes of hell, I believe. Yes, one of the wicked princes of hell. And Wrath claims he's on her side and that he's been sent by his masters to solve a series of murders on the island, which Victoria is the latest victim. So I'm excited to see if I'm one of the people that love it or one of the people that hate it. So there we have it. There are 5 books that are on my physical TBR that I need to get to this year. Let me know if you enjoyed this and would want to see another video like this. I have a bunch of other books sitting here as well that I could talk about off my physical TBR. It's just getting so hot and I need to stop filming, so I'm gonna leave it at 5 for now. But please let me know if you would like to see another one of these videos, because I can definitely film that. My physical TBR is going to crush me. Leave me a comment and let me know what's on your physical TBR. How big is your physical TBR? I want to feel less guilty, so let me know about yours. And let me know if you've read any of the books that I plan on reading. I would love to know your thoughts on them. You can also find me at EndlessPages1 on Twitter if you want to have a chat there as well. All of my other social media links are in my description. I'm always looking for more people to chat to about books, so feel free to follow me on there. That would be lovely. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!